Christmas, we know, is 10 days away, and sometimes the family gatherings can be really hard and overwhelming for people living with dementia. But how do you help them experience the holidays and have a positive experience and have certainly a memorable one as well? We are joined by nurse practitioner and founder and CEO of Hearts for Dementia, Lolita Trammell, to kind of give us some tips on how to navigate the holidays if we've got loved ones who have dementia. Lolita, thanks so much for being here. We appreciate it.
Thank you for having me. I appreciate being here.
So we know it's all about gathering family and friends, but sometimes, if people have dementia, they don't want the huge gatherings. What do you suggest doing? Large gatherings, small gathering, because certainly it can be overwhelming for your loved one who might have dementia.
I always recommend keeping the gatherings to a small gathering, because in a small gathering, you are seeing that the environment is smaller. You have familiar faces, there's less noise. In a larger environment, you have a lot of the times a lot of unfamiliar faces, a lot of noise, clanging of dishes, children running around. That is so overwhelming for a person who has dementia. But if in the event that you must take them to a large gathering, make sure that there is a designated quiet room for them, and also have a designated family member that can sit with them, monitoring them, assessing, is this person agitated? Are they becoming irritable? And also that person is there to keep them safe. A lot of times we have a lot of pools here in Arizona. Yeah. We don't want someone wandering out into the backyard, and that person will be there to keep them safe. But I always recommend for people to understand, to be flexible at all times. Be ready to modify your plans if you have to, and just take them home if that's where they want to be and they're asking to go home.
Yeah, I mean, you think about it, some people have huge gatherings, right, with all the extended family. 40, 50 people, that might be way too much for them. My grandma has Alzheimer's. She likes to keep it small. She doesn't want a lot of people around. And one thing I always find that we're together, she asks, and I'm sure other people have done this, you're around the kitchen table and you ask the same question over and over and over again, like 10, 15, 20, 30 times. What do you say in that situation? Because obviously you know that they can't help it. But do you just answer the question the same every single time? Like what are your tips on, when they're asking a question that they've asked and they just asked 5 seconds ago and 5 seconds before that?
You have to be mindful that this person is struggling with a brain disease, and it's not their fault. They don't mean to keep asking the same questions that are frustrating and annoying. You just have to bear with them, be patient with them, answer those questions, even if it's every 5 minutes. Just keep answering the questions, and if you need to, redirect the conversation. Change it to something else, if that could be helpful.
Yeah, you just have to know that you're going to have to answer that again. Do you like bringing up the past? Do you like going through old photos, asking them open-ended questions? Because a lot of times they don't remember short-term things, but they remember what happened back in 1952.
Right. Oh my gosh, I love when people go through old photos. It helps the person who has dementia to feel that sense of connection to the past. It brings up good feelings, good memories, and it's extremely meaningful to them. That's one of the things we want to do, is keep that meaningful connection and those meaningful memories.
I know that people decorate, and sometimes it's like overload. I mean, the sensory overload and the stimulation. Do you kind of recommend maybe taming it down a little bit when your loved one with dementia comes over?
You definitely can do that. Some of the decorations can be too much. Bright lights can be too much. Dim them down. Lots of noise. You want to make sure that you have less noise around, and definitely doing those things to help decrease that sensory stimulation.
We've got to go, but anything else you want to add about navigating this? Because it's hard both on the caretaker and the family, and it's also hard on the person who's suffering from dementia.
Caregivers, you're doing an amazing job. It is a difficult job to be a caregiver. I was a caregiver for 5 years, caring for my own mother with dementia. Let go of all these high expectations. Let go of trying to keep that perfection and be ready to adapt at any time. You are amazing, and the work that you do is so commendable.
Yeah, you're going to bring tears to my eyes. I think that's an important message, because we know a lot of family members have somebody in their life that has dementia. Thank you for being here. Thanks for the tips, and we're thinking about you this holiday season.
Thank you.